welcome to my channel. Today I was going to go through what I read in March and rank them, say what I liked about them, what I didn't like about them. So I think I read 9 books last month, so let's get into those. First we're going to start with the ones that I don't have physical copies with. So Girl Abroad, that was actually the last book I finished. I think I gave that 4 stars. It was just so fun. I love Elle Kennedy. The Off-Campus series is one of my favorite series ever. And I just love the vibe she brings. This one honestly did not have as much spice as all of her usual books do, which I was pretty surprised about. And I also usually hate a love triangle, but the way that she did it, I really enjoyed, and I could kind of feel the one that she was gonna go with, and it was the one that I liked. So I was happy about. Yeah, I loved the vibes of it, like a girl in London, like just, there was like a fun subplot too of her like trying to uncover this mystery, which I really enjoyed. I liked the like roommate dynamic. I thought it was really fun. So yeah, I gave this one 4 stars. Next, I read Done and Dusted by Lila Stage. This completely like changed, like I am now in a cowboy era. I was so obsessed with this. It reminded me of the same feeling that I got when I read, I think it was Reckless by Elsie Silver. Love that series. It is just, oh my god. And so this was like very similar vibe to Chestnut Springs, and it just like brought me back there. I got into watching some cowboy romance movies on TV too after this. I love the 2 main characters. I read a book and I forget everything about it. I'm like, what were the main characters' names? I truly have no idea. This is brother's best friend trope, so I love that. Super protective. They all live on a ranch together. Emmy was, I think, a bull rider or rodeo. I'm sorry, like I clearly did not know much about this before reading the book, but she retired and she moved back to her hometown, which she's been trying to escape for forever. So she's back on the ranch where her brothers are, and then of course the brother's best friend also works there, and now he owns this bar, and he's completely different than what she remembered growing up. But yeah, it's very fun. I think I gave this like a 3.5 stars. It took like a little while to get me into it, but once I was into it, I like was ready to go. There's just like a 3rd act breakup, which I can't say I enjoy. I'm not too picky of a rater usually. If I like something, I'll give it 3 stars, but it's harder for me to give like 4 to 5 stars, I feel like. Next, I read, not next, I'm not going in any kind of order actually, but I read Collide by Bal Cabra. This was a hockey romance. I love a good hockey romance. Again, Off-Campus series, one of my favorites, so still trying to chase the high of having read, even though I read that 3 years ago. Every book I find that like reminds me of that makes me so happy, and this one definitely did, especially. So it's Summer and Aiden, and Summer is a psychology student, and she needs a hockey player, or she needs an athlete to help her with the project. And Aiden, of course, is the captain of the hockey team, and he has to help with the project. He likes her immediately, and she hates him, and so it's him like being like head over heels in love with her, like trying to convince her to like him back. I love that trope so much. Like when he is just so obsessed with her. Absolutely amazing. I gave this 4 stars. I would highly recommend. It was so fun. I read Reputation by Lex Croucher last month too. This one took me a little bit to get into. I thought it was gonna be more of a romance than it was. I'd say it was more like I hate this, but like women's fiction. I guess it's technically YA. It's like a Mean Girls retelling in Bridgerton times, which is so fun. And as soon as like I realized that's what it was, I was able to get into it, but I went into thinking that it was gonna be a romance. So just so you know, there's like, it's very limited on the romance. It's more like a friendship. Like you have a lower class girl who went to live with her aunt and uncle. She has like the like queen bee, basically. She's like I think she's the daughter of like a duke or something, like takes interest with her and brings her into the friend group, and then she finally like understands what it's like to be like liked and popular, and like to go out and party and drink, and do all this stuff, but she kind of gets like a little too swept into the world and like looks around and she's like not that great of a person anymore. So I really enjoyed this. I thought it was fun. It's a little like, oh, I get such secondhand embarrassment, so it was a little hard at times for that aspect of it, but still very fun. I think I gave this, me just pulling up my Goodreads because I can't remember anything without Goodreads. I give this a 3.5 stars. So yeah, I would still recommend, but just I was expecting more romance and it was very light on that. But other than that, I very much enjoyed it. We're gonna start for the physical copies with The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Krista Broadbent. This was a Christmas present for my aunt. I loved this so much. I was like nervous about starting this because I haven't been in a fantasy era, but now I fully am. This was so fun. It was a vampire romance type thing. The main character, she's human, but she's the daughter of the vampire king. And then she enters this like, I don't know, what is it? Like this like competition that happens every 100 years with the moon goddess. And she hopes to become a vampire through it. But someone else in the contest is the love interest. And he is just amazing. I love him so much. I love the main character too. She's like, you know, she's a human, but she still is strong and like independent, and like she's just really fun. I really enjoyed this. And then I finished this and I'm immediately like, okay, I need to read the second, and it's a duology, so I was like, and both of them are out, so I didn't think it was an issue. No, the second is out of print. Warning, before you start this, I literally went to every single bookstore in my city. I called the library, and there were 27 people ahead of me with that book on hold. I literally was so upset. I'm like, because this ends kind of on a cliffhanger, so I'm like, I have to finish this, but luckily got it through Kindle Unlimited. But that was a rough 24 hours thinking I wasn't gonna get to read the second one. But I think I gave this a 5 stars. The second one, I think I gave a 4.5 stars. I feel like it's just hard in like the second book of like fantasy novel. There's not like, I love like the slow burn, the pining for each other, and then like it's hard to figure out what to do in the second. And like, I'm not obsessed with the tropes they used in the second, but I still loved the world so much, and I loved like the plot and everything that was going on, that the romance was good too, and it like picked up towards the end. But yeah, I would very much recommend this series. Okay, next we have Twisted Lies. This was the last book I had to finish in the series, and I did very much enjoy this. I would say before this, my favorite, God, they all sound so similar. I think it's Twisted Love. I don't know, whatever, the second one with Bridget and Reese. That was my favorite, and I think this might be my second favorite. I loved Stella. I loved that she was like a fashion influencer. I thought that was so fun. I liked Christian. I have been waiting to get to this book because I could feel in the third book the setup for this, so I was like super excited for it. I thought it was very good. I enjoyed most of it. Again, I hate a third act breakup. Like literally, I don't understand the point of it. It is so annoying every single time. Just take longer to get together, or just end the book. And it also, like, I feel like this was like the longest of all of these books, so I just like don't understand why. But I still think I give this 4 stars, and I would stick by that. Next, oh my gosh, this was a long time coming. I got this first book, Divine Rivals. Wait, first of all, let me introduce it. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I got this like a couple months ago because one of my friends read it and she loved it, and like highly recommended it, said I would love it, and I obviously have seen it all over TikTok. But again, like it's like YA kind of fantasy romance, and I would just like, I like spice in my books, and I could kind of sense that there wasn't going to be any, and it would need a little more brain power to get through. But I'm very glad I finished this, because this, oh my god, I ate this shit up. Like, this was so fun. Also, I just have to, I like took the book. This is so cute. Look at that. And then this is the second book. Like, you're kidding. That is so cute. But so basically, it's about these two characters and their competitors, at a newspaper together, and they have these magical typewriters that they've been sending letters to each other, but they don't know if the other person is, or like she doesn't know who she's sending it to, and he just like is, again, he is obsessed with her and she hates him and thinks that he hates her. So it's just like slow burn, like enemies to lovers type thing. I very much enjoyed the first one. I think I gave the first one 5 stars. Wouldn't change anything. It was so fun. And then the second one, I literally immediately bought it and read it. Ruthless Vows. This one also very good. I think I liked the first one more, but I was curious what they were going to do with the second one. Be warned, the first one ends on a cliffhanger, so you really have to read the second one immediately after. But I liked how it was kind of like the roles were reversed in the second one. I thought that was really cute. I liked how they ended the series. I like how they like wrapped everything up. I think it was very good. Yeah, I think I gave this like 4.5 stars, but still 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 with 4.5 stars. 10 out of 10 just means would recommend, and I think most books I read I would recommend. But yeah, that is everything I read in March. I've already started reading for April, so I'm excited. I've already read some very good books, so I can't wait to do a reading wrap up for this month. But thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.